Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming to you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's ndcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others, as well as the Big Stumpy Robots line of books and games, because gaming should be easy to learn, cheap to play, and fun. More on them as days go on. Now, and yes, to those who are wondering, we are also made possible by Haints and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of evil. Happy Monday, folks! It is definitely been one of those weekends that's gonna make for a very interesting week. I am so excited to be getting some things done. Now, I have had a little bit of technical higgity-piggity, including needing to tell Joe that IndieCD could not connect. The IndieCD Twitch could not connect. And I don't have login to your Twitch to fix that. So when you fix that, I will gladly broadcast back over there as well. But needed to get that out of the way. This weekend was a very strange weekend. I had some sleep problems, rather profound. So my insomnia made this weekend difficult. I still got some art done. I was able to catch some streams I almost never catch, including I got to catch Willow Schuyler's stream. Had a lovely discussion about women's expectations and definitions of beauty. And I actually had a really nice little bit of an essay I threw up on Facebook on my thoughts on that just coincidentally was right before the show. So either it was inspirational to the show or the Sinocracy is really, really running hot today. Now, in dealing with these bits of shenanigans, I did skip my breakfast, so during the first break, I will be fleeing and inhaling something. I have my lunch cooking, but it isn't done yet because, of course, it's not. Now, we are coming into the week with an absolute glee. I am just over a month from StompCon, which we all love StompCon. And as soon as I get my banners goofed up, I have to undo them, but that's okay. I don't mind. Because StompCon is a free to the public, whoops, will you please go away? Thank you. Free to the public indie tabletop gaming convention. It will be September 13th, so just a month away. That's a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, the Benton County Co-op Extension, 410 South 8 Way, A, Fowler, Indiana 47944. Guys, it is free to attend. There will be free gaming opportunities. I am working on securing a library of just tabletop games for folks to be able to play. Because that was actually requested. So there may be a tabletop gaming table set aside for just that. We'll see. Um, Open gaming, obviously. And of course, Big Stompy Robots will be the primary game of the event, which is great. There aren't many games where you can bring your own mecha in as long as they're roughly about that tall. I don't care if they're paper. I don't care if they are uh, cardboard. I don't care. I really don't. I've had people use Lego Mecha. There are lots of opportunities for that. Now, over the weekend, I did do another one of my rather famous small arms deals, where I was able to acquire a sickeningly vast number of Nerf blasters for reasonable money for at least a couple of them. So I will be at StompCon having some gently loved and possibly new in box Nerf blasters available for purchase. Um, I want to see people have fun. I want to see people have fun inexpensively. I want to see people have fun away from the burden of everything being on screen time. You know, we need to interact with our world more. That's why tabletop gaming is so important. Uh, Playing RPGs lets you explore with your mind or your miniatures, both of which should not include a screen, because so much of our world is wrapped around what you are watching on right now. And that's a funny thing to say for somebody whose primary means of service and a big part of my business model is all the time I spend streaming. But I also, when I'm not, I walk away. And we need more of that. We need more real interaction. Um, there is a joke about people need to touch grass, but there's also a lot of truth in the fact that people need to touch grass. There is no reason that people should be as hateful of themselves and of each other as I see. We forget how much of advertising, how much of media is geared towards driving us and keeping us apart as a people, making people feel alone, making people be alone so that they are easier to prey on. It is a cruel and unjust system that encourages hatred, anger, distrust, malice. Now, I don't expect us to kumbaya and everyone hold hands and get along, but we at least need to learn in real time that actions have consequences, civility is a necessity, and kindness benefits all. So we need to be better because if we're not, there will be continued unrest. And I understand it will to make the world better we will have to speak loudly in many ways. But a lot of good can be done from soft speech as well. A lot of good can be done from building each other up. A lot of good can be done from earnestly telling and listening to each other's stories. This is the crux of humanity. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is what we came down out of the trees to do, to find a better way. I see the news, and I watch the news carefully, mind you, as factually as possible. I see and I feel intimately and continuously the weight of the sorrow, the loss, and the fury that so many people are carrying. The burning, insidious corrosion of impotent rage. It is there, but I also see the light and the joy and the love that so many hold for so many others, in spite of the pressures, in spite of the cruelties, in spite of that which bogs us down. There is a great force of attempting now to rewrite the physics of existence. There is a great pressure to use homogenized media to convince people that there is nothing they can do to retain possession of their goods, to repair their own goods, to write their own stories, to do their own art unaided by the shackled and enslaved sentience, proto-sapience of AI that is being crafted solely to produce and promote corporate ideals that want us to be weak and terrified and subservient. They don't want us to be able to repair our own goods. They don't want us to be able to tell our own stories. They don't want us to be able to think for ourselves smarter than to work enough to make the bills, to pay them money so that they can keep control. This is what the system seems to be doing of late. It's what it's geared toward. A patented, blatant threat of all things beautiful and noble and good. But in my chat, in my feeds, there are people out there defiantly refusing to renounce joy, refusing to renounce capability, refusing to renounce ownership of that which is theirs, and refusing to renounce the idea that community should serve everyone and that the needs of the least need to be put first. What good is someone feasting if someone else in our community is starving? What point is elevating one type of beauty and denigrating someone because they don't meet that solitary idea of quote unquote perfection? How boring, how dull, how unfeeling, unyielding, and unappealing is a world where everyone must be the same type of beauty, the same definition of taste, formulaic to the point of becoming lukewarm, be it music or art or stories. A flawless gem is a thing of brilliance, but not of character. It is the inclusions, the occlusions, the chemical reactions that give us variety, that give us fodder for our imaginations. And I ask you all today, as we go into this week, my friends, to embrace the inclusions, the markings, the imperfections that make us all unique, not only in our persons, not only in our forms, but in our ideas. Find your joy and pursue it. I'm not saying happiness. Happiness is fleeting. Happiness is that pop little bottle rocket in face of a sunrise, in face of the wonder of the changing sky. That is joy. Embrace that and seek it out and help others find their joy. Only by building each other up and understanding that up has different definitions for different people. Some simply want a world where they can go out and sit in their lawn and look at the chicory. Some crave power and wealth and all that fame, jazz, etc. I feel that that is pursuing a fruit that the juice is not worth the squeeze, my friends. At those extremes, because those extremes lead to the bane of humanity, that being boredom. Because minds are not meant to be still. In doldrums, And few people understand the journey oft has more value than the destination. And when you look back on it, the peaks will not be what your heart truly pines for. The points of grandeur that you sought, the prize, rarely, rarely is accomplishment what people really long for. Although they are grand and wonderful and fleeting, and they are as happiness they are. But it's the journey. It's the nameless blend of times where you and those you love, your family, your friends, your colleagues, were in it that we should prize. Because we will. That's what we'll think of. When I look back, I don't think that heavily on the times I was awarded for things. They are few, but I prize the times I saw happiness and growth and exuberance in the people I care about. The light in the eyes of people teaching and learning and communicating and enjoying, be they around 1,000 tables where epic battles of miniature scale raged, around coffee tables and glass dining tables as dice clanked and friends engaged on shared hallucinations of grand adventure, of hikes and crafting sessions and little discord rooms that are not for everyone but have a great place in our heart. There was an old cry, an old request. Give me a tall ship and a star to sail her by. A sailor is not about the grand departure, the weary return. It's about everything in between. Life and that which matters is much the same. And that's what I want you to realize today as you go into this week. As you create and tell your stories and get them edited, as you plot and ponder and pontificate, among your peers. What grand journey are we on? And if we are mired in this moment by necessity or design, by cruel fate or engineered oppression, how can it stand against the simple human desire to continue? Because it is an inhuman thing to oppress. It is an inhuman thing to degrade. It is an inhuman thing to hoard cruelly. We all have our collections, our baubles, our bits, perhaps our Trigon's hoards. But they should be part of the journey, not the ball and chain that holds us back. I know this. I collect things. I have several collections of several types, some quite small, some quite large. And I find myself going, all right, the goal is to have one of all of these. And when I do, I have done it. And some I keep, and some, well, I've had them all. Okay, they need it. Move. Don't let your work, your efforts, your goals appear to be moving you forward, when in fact you are forging the chains that bind you in place. Only through kindness, community, and creativity can we move beyond where we are. I cannot affect change on the grand scale. History will not likely remember my name. My power is small, my wealth laughable. But not only do I feel my ideas have value enough to disseminate them and to hope that they take root in the minds of others, of hopefully my superiors, of hopefully those people blessed and ordained by will and fate, perhaps God himself, to move the mountains I have neither the body nor ability to do. I do not seek the pinnacle, because at such a place I could do less good than where I am right now. All I seek is all I've ever sought, proper English to apply, to elevate others a step farther on their journey. Figure out where yours is and start taking those strides. Told you to eat something. Alrighty. I know I'm interesting because I am, but you guys are more so. And I want to see what you guys have been up to. I've been prattling for quite some time, so let's see what you guys have to say. In one moment. My my chair is a little on the older side, and I use it a lot. And every so often, the hydraulic gets a little wibbly and decides to ratchet me lower and lower. So, pardon for the interruption. First through the door is Carl Wisman. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Carl. I am Clippy because it is a protest against being forced to use AI and being forced to sign user agreements that say you don't own software you paid and they can change terms. Another writer started the protest. Interesting. And I approve of such things, but I do ask, is it simply a statement of solidarity, and how will it affect change? Because I absolutely support it, don't get me wrong. But I also find myself wondering what, in addition to that, will be reflected on the people it affects. Because we do know that change can be affected. And we do know the simplest ways to do it. We just don't like it. It is uncomfortable. But it's a good start. You are crafting, or that author, whoever started it, is crafting a banner. But how do you march under it? It's a good start. My methodology, for example, because of Adobe's products, their policies, and some of their trying to steal the IP to train AI, I don't use them. I do not now, nor will I ever use Photoshop or Light Desk or any of that. I simply won't. I am forced to use PDF readers, but I do not use Adobe's whenever possible. My art is done through, currently, my favorite program that I've paid for is Clip Studio Paint. My favorite free programs are Krita. I am absolutely addicted to Google Docs because of Word, although I do have access to Word now thanks to Joseph. And there are times where I have to, where I am forced to. But whenever possible, don't. Use old versions. If they get spicy and stupid enough, I've warned people before, I'll warn them again. I am fully capable of taking the time and effort to relearn Linux, to go back the blood and sorcery road of the command line. Tempt not thy Nick. So I support this. And I know very soon a bunch of you will have Clippy as your icons. But I am hesitant. Because I wonder, does that cover your identity? Just be careful. I approve of it. Don't get me wrong. I just ponder. Okay, might as well share it around. Like, yes, we agree with the stance, and it does show solidarity. And hello, Foxy, and hello, Dawn. Dawn is, of course, the mind behind the stories of Buddy and Georgette, Professional Felines, my humble art for such. Okay. Wow. Sorry, we had a comment dump. Just go. Where are we? Sorry, like I said, I am having a little bit of. There we are. And hello, Donna. Donna's greeting everyone in the chat thus far. And there's the video for Carl Witzman. I look forward to checking that later. And Carl is greeting everyone. Accountability. It's going to order 3 copies of Mad Gas, but the shipping was almost as high as the books. So I would either have to raise the price to $6 to break even or lose money. That's basically what Amazon has been doing. I had to raise all the prices on my books recently in June because of print costs, and that still hasn't affected my shipping. But we have to find ways to work around it, and I may have to try different publishers. You may have to try different publishers. Of course, if the worst came to worst, I am still totally okay with getting a toner, getting my old toner-based printer. See it back there? That little beast? It still works on my old computer. Apparently, Windows 11 can't talk to it, so I have to have a new printer. I really despise Windows 11 for its shadiness. But I also, way up there, have a comb binder. And that's how I started. I started printing and comb binding my own works. I'm not afraid to do it again. But I do love the fact that people can buy my stuff internationally. So update, after my tripping over nothing, I'm a champ at that. Rolled ankle now feels fine, but the knee is on the opposite leg is all sorts of angry. Will you please be careful? So I'm sitting on the bed with it propped up. Excellent. And good morning, Joe. Hi, Joe. And Dawn. Poor Foxy. Hey, Joe. Remove all ear pods. Clear the airways. Remove all headphones. Clear all airways for the big destruction. Hey, Joe. And I don't. I have not seen that email, but he said, Nick, you may want to check your email if you have something from Twitch. I recently saw that NDCD now qualified for subscriptions on there. Guessing you might also. Not quite. You have some layered numbers, I don't. But please fix that, what I spoke of earlier, so that I can broadcast to NDCD's Twitch. I had to set up my videos, and I couldn't because it says it was disconnected. So thank you. Don't forget to like and share, folks. I know you're subscribed. Indeed, Donna. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. And you know what? And as those likes are coming in, let's run a ad.
Which is worse, parental interference in your job or a person with a weapon when they shouldn't have one? Working security can be boring, but some conventions are a blast. Find this and all of Donna Carlene's books at lulu.com or look for her on ndcd.org.
The weapon. I run this ad all the time. Which is worse, parental interference in your job or someone with a weapon who shouldn't have one? Deal with the weapon now. That is the clear and present danger. Dealing with your parents, while annoying in this case, is something you can do. Sorry. Hyperliteral Nick has been chewing on that one for a bit. And Where were we? Ah, yes. And hey, Donna, I hope you're doing well. Foxy, I found that if I hurt two places at the same time, they take turns hurting. I understand that. Yes, ouch. Take care of yourself, Foxy. Accountability. Got the internet set up at the park this weekend. Going to head to Best Buy later to get the last bit of cable I need. I also had a great event with the PD at the park on Sunday. Doing back to school giveaway. Excellent, Joe. It sounds like you have a really good local police department, and that is a thing of beauty. Accountability. Water PT for knee today. Went to Pickle Fest Saturday, had a blast. Friday night was birthday for friend's son. Yesterday, I didn't do much. I find it is good to alternate whenever possible. Now it's safe to replace your earpods or headphones. Thank you for that warning, Joe, Carl, and Green, nice Joe, and got townwide garage sale and rummage craft market coming up 6/25. Then StompCon the following weekend. Then Dark in the Park in Halloween. We're just all booked, aren't we? Love how involved you are in your community, Joe. All while trying to wrap up this construction project and do everything else. All he'll want for Christmas is sleep. Joe, you're insane taking it all on at the same time. Indeed. I had to add 2FA for Twitch to be able to set up the ability to accept. So I bet that logged me out of all locations I did. I'll get it fixed. So good. I feel bad that I'm not able to broadcast and help the Twitch channel. Ow, sneezed and my whole leg seized. Oh, those hurt. Quite so. I think Don's bringing some version of Monopoly. Excellent. Never could sit through Monopoly. Well, I think you'd find a way. Log back into Twitch. Excellent. Well, then let me see. Can I? Better late than never. I tried to edit my way in. It may not have worked. We shall see. I'm not cutthroat enough to get anywhere. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to be cutthroat. You just have to have expectations that are reasonable and dedication to reach them. And vast majority of the time, you can get there. Good morning and a happy Monday to Nick and all. How are you? How was my weekend? Well, I talked a good bit about that, Kat, but it's better hearing from you. How are you, Kat? Hello, Kat. Other than tripping over myself, the weekend was nice. Sadly, my breakfast, peaches, are in the other room, and I must wait till I get up again. Is Thesis not there to retrieve you some peaches? Peaches are in a can. They were put there by a man. Hey, Cat. Hey, Cat. Busy with fun. In you go. Get to work. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. Anyway, yes. He'd just eat them, Carl. Oh. Garbage, 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 garbage. Oops. He likes most things I've given him, and he doesn't have, and he can't have the pit. I see. That kind of peaches. And greetings to Carl, Foxy, and Donna. And Dawn from Cat. Had a nice weekend. I'm getting nervous for Wednesday. Got to get on my medical medication. You'll get through if there's anything we can do. I will drive up if I have to. Don't worry. Thanks, folks. Good morning, everyone. Hope you all had an enjoyable weekend. It was a weekend of transition, not transformation. Hey, FYI, I will probably not be there Wednesday night. Oh, well, that's too bad. Hi, Chris. Thesis' mom is having another relatively minor surgery and asked me to play nurse. because I'm better at it. Those of you who heard Foxy and Nurse in the same sentence, I know you all. I know you well. This is not the green room. It is, however, an excellent time to run Foxy's ad.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at indcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Pardon me, enjoying some cup of noodles. Now, millions of beaches. Let's see, there we are. That won't be in my ear. Okay, here we are. And greetings to Chris, and greetings to Chris, and hugs to Thesis' mom. And hey, Chris, greetings and greetings. I have to reach out to my mom. Her surgery and all that. Uh, she's having an ablation for her heart issues. But we got you, Kat. All the good vibes heading your way. Squee. Here be with her Foxy, and she'll have the best nurse with you there. And good vibes to Mama Thesis. And hello! And I know, but my throat is not up for the... No foghorn today. Thanks, Dawn. Magic... Say! Dang it! Dang it! I knew it was coming! Grant. Gills. Carl. Hey, Grant. And we got greetings, and we got greetings. And Foxy says, oh, Indigo just did the big sigh pup stew just before falling asleep. And yes, with Halloween coming, I don't have the link for the GoFundMe/donations to try to get assorted costumes for assorted people. However, I'm sure some of you can cobble together to get things for Foxy to model. Anyway, may your medical stuff go flawlessly and be as cool as that ad that Nick plays for those watching. Well done. I had a very busy weekend. We drove 3 hours, went to a convention, drove 3 hours back, and then I had a stagehand shift. Wait, almost 24 hours. Dear Lord, man! Yikes. Take care of yourself. Oh, my Finch is 420 days today. Thought I would share a chuckle. Wonderful. Hi, Foxy. Yeah, there you go. Y'all are having fun with Foxy in the nurse uniform. Are you rushing now, Grant? I'm sitting here having a cup of coffee, going out to lunch with a comic book making buddy later. Excellent. And Grant draws tonight? Don't wait too long, Grant. Rest is vital and important. Yes, Dawn. And there's a link, I assume, for Grant draws. You guys should all watch Grant draws tonight because I'm going to be on hiatus till end of September. And not allowing your collections or loot to tie you down. How very zen. Sometimes we need a bit of zen in our life. I do not pursue such ways. They just sort of found me. I think they came with the belly. I'm at the end of August. Okay. I like Carl's icon as a paperclip. I'm actually half paperclip, only on my mother's side. Wouldn't that make you a cryptid? There's that word again. No. It's part of protest, Grant, against AI and user-end agreements and software. I'll never understand why InDot insists on creating pages that can only be used with Google Chrome. I'm sure money exchanged hands at some point. And garbage. Just to annoy you, Joe? Indeed. Also, please follow my next Kickstarter if you haven't already. Absolutely. The idea behind Clippy is to let Google and Apple see thousands of Clippy and maybe they will back down. Microsoft is already... Rock on! InDot has done many annoying things lately. This happens to be the latest and greatest pain in my rear. And Memoirs of the Morbid Orange volume. Sorry, Jill. My babies, Don's babies. See? Haha, got you, Don. Don's babies. Thanks for playing mine, of course. Morning, everyone. And Josh is flipping the bird to Dawn. Morning, Josh. Hey, Dan. I didn't catch that you came in. I hope you're doing well. And you want to let's run Dan's ad. It's a good time to run Dan's ad. No, I want to. I'm gonna click this button.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
I done told you. Anyway. Gotta keep that thing on you, you know. Stay strapped or get clapped. Now, where were we? Morning pops. I'm jealous from you going to Pickle Fest. You know how much I like a good pickle. Hey, Josh Don. Walk around with a pickle just dangling out of my mouth like a cigar for social. Thank you, Foxy. It was fun. Great vendors. Hey, Carl. Don't feel bad about not being able to stream to the Indie CD. Remember, the important thing is to build your channel so that you can make money. Thank you, Joe. Morning, folks. Hey, Josh and Rich. Hey, Rich. Peaches are messy. I eat them over the sink. Woo! Flipping the bird. Hey, Donna. Hi, Rich. Yeah, Rich came in, didn't you? How are you doing, Rich? That reminds me, I have to speak to both Rich and or Joe about getting basically as many BSRs as you guys are willing to make available because they sold like hotcakes. Accountability. Chipped a little more away at the slog for 5 for kick. Got a little further on the scarf and Bella's collar. Also, finally did cut with the laser. Cool. Nice, Rich. Cash! Okay, you have to understand, especially Sunday nights are a time I am normally, that is very much normally I'm slugging with my wife on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Just boom, we must reset for the week coming. But I stumbled into Willow Schuyler's stream, and it was really fun. I got done with Willow Schuyler's stream, and I actually got notice, which I never get my notices for Twitch, that Sisters of the Hook was on. So I got to see like Cat Potatoes and Gretch, and it was glorious. And if you're not following this lady, just follow her. Just do it. Which reminds me, I have to look up, and I screenshot so I won't lose his name. I need to go into my Twitch directly so that I can follow the Metal Viking guy. And we're doing pretty good, ma'am. Hey, Rich, and big smile. Accountability. I'm working hard to get the next volume of Memoirs of the Morbid finished by the end of September. That is impressive. You all have a great day. You too, Josh. Accountability. The well house is not entirely I bet now is entirely solar powered except for the pump. I got it done between spurts of rain yesterday. Rock on. Later, Josh. We love you. And there's the link for Memoirs of the Morbid, the orange volume. Accountability 2. Got 8-foot countertop emplaced in the barn on the old cabinetry we removed from the dining room. Cool. Just need to go through and try to break the supports. Oh, I tried. My gosh. Wife time is important. Indeed. And she has had me watch a great number of the rather fun Chinese romantic comedy historical drama things, which are delightful. Don't get me wrong, but I ended up showing her an anime, and we've been just going back and forth with things. I'm showing her Moriarty the Patriot, which is very much a mature anime due to the amount of violence and gore that does periodically pop up. But it is actually remarkably good and somewhat topical. But yes, yes, absolutely. At some point, I'm going to get my world together, and she's going to teach me how to knit. I will attempt to get back to the print lab and get the thank you, Loki. I don't know why you're referencing Loki. Accountability. I'm journaling extensively now. Got a lot on my mind right now. Worries. Oh, I would hug you so much if I were able to, Kat. But it's good that you're journaling. You are a wonderful person. You are a gift to this world, and I have absolute faith that you are going to come through this and be stronger on the other side. The other Joe? Oh, sounds like a good idea. Well, it's you, kind sir. It's such a pleasure having you. It's such a pleasure to be around you. And I need to do the same thing, Joe. I need to switch out the nozzle on my. I ran out of filament halfway through in the tube, and I haven't gotten it to restart. I also hope I didn't lose the little bar that supports the thing on that one. I still have to assemble that one, and I have a laser printer I need to not laser cutter that needs to be assembled. Leather Viking guy is Odin. The chainmail wizard weaves is Mr. Bombati. No, Lost Metal Viking. He did these blued, beautiful metal flowers that anyone who really knows me knows. I saw those and immediately thought, oh, put those on a rapier as the cup for a rapier, the bell. Essentially, this piece right here, but without the end, or put the end on it. I don't know, but put a cross piece under it. Run it, hollow out a hilt and run a even just a cheap foil blade. The amount of money that would sell for, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Dash, those tater cats. Yes, yes. I need to get the vat film swapped out in resin so I can set up the FDM. There's another guy actually does metalwork. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I thought Loki was wood. McLeod. Oh, McLeod. Oh, McLeod. He's so cool. McLeod. Anyway, yes. I think Loki is mostly wood and paracord. Oh, yes. Don makes a wonderful point. We have a friend named Loki on Kick. Y'all would probably, I do love new friends. I can't keep up. I'm just listing folks I know who were there last night. Anytime. McLeod, yes. And Kate is an awesome hooker, too. Indeed. Now I'm going to run some ads, and I'll be right back. Actually, let's get musical.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
Alrighty. And are you an NDCD member that wants a chance at gold level for the TT table at StompCon? Drawing today is for one of the 4 sponsored spots. Woohoo! Carl's going to say it. I said it. I just had to work around some ramen type soup that I have modified. Sisters the Hook waves to YouTube. Hi guys! Over here trying to boost the average viewer count. Thank you. I do appreciate that so much. Chair. Time for me to head out a bit. Need to go look at one of our intersections that someone is trying to say there is something sticking out of the ground in the left lane. Oh my. If it's interesting, share pictures. Chair. I want a shirt from McLeod. Cool. Of course, I'm going to say it. Not sure how something could be sticking out of the ground since all the work we did was overhead, because people are dumb. A new multiplayer stuck a card over house. Yay! And Dawn, under her Kick ID, is showing all sorts of fun little things. I can't read the last one, but that's okay. I'm sure she'll tell me what it is later. I'm going to run a few more ads. I think we're going to wrap up because I do have some stuff I need to do today. And let's just get on it.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Yes, folks, I'm all about letting Kat art. Absolutely. And that's what I want you doing, guys. And the last one says, words are hard. Words are hard. I thought it was Waffle House. We're writing a book at the back end of Waffle House. Ooh. See you later. How many days until Waffle House? See you, Joe. We probably need to feed the feline overlords. See everyone later. Hope all of you are having a good start to take care, everybody. Hi, Matt. Matthew Craig is hitting at as we're closing up, but it happens. Thanks for playing my ad, Nick. Of course, dear. All right, guys. I want you all to take this week and be the change you want to see. Keep writing, keep creating. Because as long as you do, you can edit it. You can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. I love you and you should too. Toodles on.